Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Wall. My name is Sol, and today I got Josh with me. Josh, how you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure that I get to do some reviews on here and just go over movie stuff. It's never a bore. It's always a pleasure.
You ready for some Bob Marley?
Don't worry about a thing.
Hope you like John. Is the trailer before the trailer? Yep.
Trailer for the trailer. All the CG after the crowd.
Oh, you want to start?
From the beginning.
The squirrel.
Right?
Reggae is a people
Captain
music.
America. I mean, Captain Marvel.
People coming together.
Ooh, yeah.
You know you're a superstar.
All right. Well, jamming.
I'm a superstar.
I wanna jam it with you. Honestly, it's just the music, just you're vibing right
It's
now.
a vibe, man.
There's a war going on. You can't separate the music and the message.
Cause every day we pay the price.
And what is the message?
Who does a better Jamaican accent? British people or Americans? Because this is a Brit playing a Jamaican here.
British people always do the best accent in movies for some reason.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's based on a true story. So
Bob,
let's
they
see how
tried to
crazy.
kill you and your wife. And now you're choosing to return to Jamaica to play a peace concert? Don't you fear for your life?
So we gonna walk. He's like, that was a stupid question. That's what was on his face right there.
The whole point of his life.
My life is not important to me.
Are you satisfied?
My life is for people.
With the life you're living.
Do you really think this world will make it?
Yes. There's no other way.
Exodus.
Very pretty much
the
like
source of your
very
strength.
seems like it's based off a very small part of his career and not like his whole
Yeah.
upbringing.
Right.
But it's more about the political stance that his music helped revolutionize against the
Right.
revolution. But it's kind of odd how they just picked a very specific time period, it looks like.
Yeah.
We know where we're going. We know where we're going.
Doctor there.
Open your eyes. Look within. Now. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the life you're living?
One love, one heart, one destiny.
One love. As you
Um,
were stating there in the trailer, usually when you're doing biopics, you can take one or two routes. You can do the entire life of the artist, or you can focus and pinpoint on a certain time in history. And it seems that it's doing the latter.
mhm.
What do you think of the trailer?
I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, the music's gonna be amazing. Like,
Of course.
Bob Marley's music is still just. Like you said, it puts you in a good place, even if you don't do the other extracurricular stuff that led to it.
Just vibing.
Just vibing. But yeah, it's such a. I mean, before it was a vibe before the kids made the word, right?
Mhm.
And so yeah, he is vibe like that. He created it. I don't care what you say. And so just every time you turn it on, no one doesn't have a smile on their face when you put a Bob Marley song on, right?
Right.
And so that's what like the trailer's supposed to allude that, but it was also like a pretty crazy time that we
Yeah.
really don't know a whole lot about as far as our age group is concerned. We know enough. Obviously, if you study Bob Marley, then you know.
Right.
But you really just know him for his music and and it looks like kind of the way the trailer is going, it's kind of going around this one concert that he's putting on for the whole nation, and it's going against the government regime. So it's kind of that typical like anti-government, which is awesome, and and everything like that. But that's kind of what the whole trailer kind of represents. Now, whether or not that's what it actually is, we don't know. Some really good cinematic shots there with the fire and the little kid, and then him with the kind of dew going on and like the little fog with him on the soccer field. What that's about, I don't know. It's probably just part of a montage. But I dig that we're not trying to just slowly get to that point. Like we
Yeah.
get it just straight up gets to. It seems like it's gonna be like, I'm Bob Marley. I like this type. Here's how Bob Marley happened, and then blah blah blah, and the next boom, we're in it. So like
Right.
it's gonna look like the first maybe 10 to 15 minutes is gonna go on his like how he got there, and then the rest of I don't know what the running time is in this movie, but it looks like the next like 2 hour, if it's 2 hour movie, only 10 minutes is gonna touch on the fact of here we are in this point of history, and it's just going to take that road. And I'm for it because I'd rather dive more into the conflict and what all
Mhm.
he fought through to get to this point, and have him making a movie about it years later, even after he's passed away. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But it's I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. And I like the former of what I've talked about of like the biopics. There can be some really good biopics that go through an entire life, but I do tend to prefer the ones that are focused on a pinpoint in time
Mhm.
or like an era of time, because you really can dive deep into what is going on. Obviously, you see a conflict there in Jamaica, the whether he should go back to perform this concert or not. Um, who was it that was shooting at him and his wife? Is it the government? Is it the people in Jamaica not wanting him to perform? I don't actually know the history, so I'm interested to find that out while watching this
Yeah.
movie. Like you said, the cinematography looks awesome. The music is gonna be great, as always, because it's Bob Marley. And I'm just I like it. I'm excited for this movie now. Seeing this trailer, it looks really good, and it looks like it's going to give you that feel-good moments with the music, but then also the really real moments of
Mhm.
Bob Marley's life. So, I wonder how much his family too is behind the scenes with this, because
Uh,
that too can change up a little bit like we saw with Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh, none of the, people in the band of Queen, they never left their wives and
Right.
went with women and party. They went straight home after every concert.
Right. Yeah. The members of Queen were very much hands on how Bohemian Rhapsody was presented.
Yeah.
And so I'm surprised. I'm interested. You'll probably have, once the movie probably drops and people get the audience reaction, and then you'll have historians probably come out and say X, Y, and Z, and then you'll probably hear
Mhm.
that Ziggy Marley will have a quote somewhere down the line,
Mm.
which is his son. Um, who still performs, I believe. So you'll probably have some quote from Ziggy Marley either on the red carpet, or some point we'll have either you'll realize it's either a Michael Orr situation with The Blind Side, where he was not happy with the movie, obviously the way it was presented, how he was presented, and he had no say into it, or we'll have I was very hands on. I'm glad how they uh, showed my father and mother and everything like that through that time period. Which, as far as the MCU is concerned, just to kind of sidetrack, that's the only time that we'll see a Skrull and Captain Marvel actually come together, because that's who played his wife, depending on what universe you're in. So I thought that was kind of funny, just to sidetrack there with my nerd glasses. I but no, it's a Bob Marley movie. It was supposed to Andre 3000 was supposed to do this years ago. It just never got
Mhm.
off the ground for those movie.
Although I'm kinda glad that Andre 3000 is not playing Bob
Yeah,
Marley.
and I think our own John Roca, I think he mentioned that, I think this actor, which I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, he's kind of taken over the Chadwick Boseman role of doing biographical characters going forward, because he did Malcolm X and The Last Night in Miami, I believe. Did I get that right?
One Night in Miami,
Yeah,
I
he played
believe.
Malcolm X in that movie.
Let's double check that.
Yeah, I think it's One Night, but it's a Regina King movie.
Yeah, which she should have been nominated for, but,
Yeah, that's that's
regardless,
that's no here nor there. We're not the voters, unfortunately. But
unfortunately.
yes, I think he's kind of on that trajectory. And what he's doing in Secret Invasion is definitely showing that he's going to be around. And we'll just see how this movie pans out. But I'm excited.
Kingsley Ben-Adir, keep doing your thing, because so far what I've seen of you, I've really liked. So I'm excited for this movie. Well, this has been Off the Wall. I've been Sol. That's Josh, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.